Today's vaccine is upbeat. You didn't expect this. The Daily Report number 470 by Ted Owens. Like, so the link to the video will be the description below. Go in second month. So let's into this reaction in 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, today I did something that you probably wouldn't have expected me to do, which was I didn't procrastinate on a goal that I had set for myself.
Wow, really?
So, let me explain. Last week, I did a goals review video. I try and do these once a week, and last Friday I said, hey listen, one of my goals is to read a bit of my book that I've been trying to read for a while now. And I've had this goal on the list for the whole term, and I haven't made an effort to read. And so I was like, I'm going to read by next Friday at all costs. And I figured in my head, this will incentivize me on a Thursday night to sit down and read a couple of pages of the book so that I can say that I did it before the deadline. But I found myself with a little bit of time today to actually get this goal done ahead of time. And so I took advantage of this. So let me give you the scenario. I've been trying to go to the gym every day for another goal on this list, which is go to the gym every day. And I've been pretty successful with it, except for Tuesday nights. Tuesday nights are really difficult for me because I have to cook dinner on Tuesday nights for my roommates. And I also have to go to a comedy rehearsal that goes until 10:30.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I also have like a lot of classes on Tuesdays. It's like my busiest day of the week. So I got a lot of stuff going on Tuesdays. And when I get out of the comedy rehearsal at like 10:30, the gym closes at 11, and so I only would have like a 30-minute window to go to the gym. And Tuesday for me is cardio day. And so I've been doing this thing for the past couple of weeks where instead of going to the gym to hit cardio because it's going to close in 30 minutes, I've been going outside to the track that my college has, and I've been like running laps and like doing sprints and stuff and like other sort of like cardio outside, which has been really nice. You know, it's nice that it's good enough weather that I can do that. The only problem is the lights are only on at the track until 11, so I get like 30 minutes in the light, and then it gets pitch black out and it's like dark, and I have to wait a couple minutes for my eyes to adjust. But then it's really nice because no one else is crazy enough to be running out on the track at like 11:30 p.m. on a Tuesday night. So I get the whole place to myself, which is pretty cool. But it is pitch black, which kind of sucks. But it's been fun, you know, and I was able to go. But tying this back into what I was talking about, I was up really late last night, and I also hit cardio. So waking up today, I was really tired. And I went to my morning class, because I have to go to that. And I got back from class, and I'm like, dang, I could really use a nap right now. So I got up into bed. And as I was going into bed, I saw my book that I've been leaving out on my desk. And this is key for me. If I have something like a goal that I'm trying to do, I'll leave myself like markers that are really hard to avoid. Like if I really want to clean my room and my room is like messy, I'll get like a neon sticky note and I'll like slam it on my wall so that anytime I walk by, I'm like, oh yeah, that sticky note. I gotta clean my room, and it'll remind me. And so I've been leaving my book out on my desk so that when I walk by it, I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to read. And this worked today because I was going to just go lie in bed, probably doom scroll on my phone, which is not good. And I saw the book and I was like, hey, you know, that would be pretty relaxing. And so I grabbed the book, went into bed, and read a couple of pages. Nothing crazy, you know, I didn't go and read the whole book, you know, because we're taking baby steps here. You know, I'm not a big reader, but it's a goal that I've been trying to get done, and I haven't set aside any time for. And I got it done today, even though I didn't have to get it done yet. So proud of that. It's an interesting book, and I want to keep reading it. It's about like the science of like the flow state, you know, like if you're really focused on something, and like when you lock in, it's like the science of locking in, which I think is cool. I guess I know it's a little bit more of a nerdy book to be reading instead of just like a murder mystery or something, but I think it's interesting, and that's the only thing that'll get me to read a book is reading something I'm interested in. Because, you know, in elementary school, and they make you read like some crazy book that you don't want to read about like George Washington, It's not that interesting, unless you're really into history and stuff. But I've never been. So picking a book that I am interested in and leaving it out has really helped me, actually do reading, I guess. And so I wanted to talk about that in today's video. And I guess I kind of, while I'm on the topic of getting a head start on things, I kind of want
to. I like reading too. Reading was my forwarded class into,
quickly, briefly talk about some of the other goals that I've been wanting to do this term. I usually do my goals review videos on Friday, but my schedule's really messed up for this Friday. I've got a really big thing at the fraternity in the evening, and classes are actually canceled on Friday for whatever reason. I'm not going to complain, I will never complain about classes being canceled, but my schedule for the week normally goes, I have 2 classes on Friday with an hour gap in between them, and that's when I make my goals review video. And if I don't have that hour gap, I will probably forget to do it. And so I want to get a head start, get it done early so that I don't forget to do it at some point, which would be bad. And I think it's good to hold myself accountable. So I just want to give a quick check-in on the goals that I haven't already touched on. Enjoy every day. Last week, I was really struggling with this. I had this big assignment that was looming over my head for the whole week. And then when I actually sat down and worked on it and stopped procrastinating, it was a nightmare, and it took me way too long, and I was very stressed out about it. Not a good week, but I've since locked in. I haven't had that many big assignments this week. I actually went home for Easter, which was really nice. I got to see my family, which was great, and it's been really nice weather. So not really that much to complain about in the past couple of days, so I have been enjoying things. Being healthy, I'm just going to quickly run through these. Being healthy, I, again, had nachos the other night, but I've been trying to make sure that in my non-meal shared meals, I've been eating reasonably healthy, so that's been going all right. I've been going to the gym, which is really good. This week will be 3 weeks in a row, which is nice. Spending time with friends. I went bowling with the comedy group that I was talking about that I didn't spend so much time with last week. And so I actually just got back from a meeting with them as well, so spending more time with them, which is really good. And I think it's probably just because I have a little bit more free time because I have a little bit less work to be working on, but what can you do? And past classes, I actually have a big update on this one. That big assignment that I was working on that I was really stressed out about, I got the grade back today, and I did fine on it, which is good and bad. I guess it's good because, I obviously didn't fail the class, but it's bad because the class average for this assignment was a 70. You needed a 65 in order to pass the entire class. And so that means a lot of people are failing the class, which is not good, and really probably doesn't bode well for how good of a teacher this guy is. So he's not going to curve it either. He said that in class today. He was just like, oh yeah, a lot of people didn't do so well on this. I guess you guys should a lot more time to the next one. Crazy to say that, I guess, but what can you do? Read. We already talked about this. I got a couple pages done. I would like to continue reading. And finally, get a job. I've been stressing about this. I applied to 30 places. I actually was talking to my grandmother about this weekend when I saw her when I went home for Easter. I was like, hey, I'm looking to apply to anywhere. Do you know anywhere, or do you have any connections that might have even an unpaid internship for this summer? I'm trying to get work experience. I can't go into my junior year with no work experience in my field of engineering. You're just never going to get a job that way. So I'm kind of desperate for a job right now, but to no luck, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But I got one last thing on here, which is the empty box, which basically means even if I have technically accomplished one of these things, I don't want to just stop there, if that makes any sense. So I've got the read goal on here where I said I wanted to read some of my book. That doesn't mean that once I've read, I'm going to stop reading. I want to continue to read because that's something that I want to keep doing in my life. So I guess that's it for the list, and that's it for me today. I hope everyone's having a good day. I hope you're all keeping yourself accountable for your own goals. It's definitely good, especially when things get hectic here at the end of the year, to have some sort of structure to keep me accountable. And I'm glad to get this done a little bit early so that I'm not stressing about doing it later in the week. So Thank you
Yeah.
all so much for watching. My name is Ted Harris. This has been the Daily Report, and I will see you tomorrow.
Wow. Another good video. Yup. That was, I bet you did expect this. The Daily Report number 470 by Ted Harris. The link, the link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. Yeah. My for this second into was reading. Reading was all what being my best. Yeah. Comment down below what you follow this sector into. Comment down below. For me is reading. Yeah. Reading in what? I think that's it. Reading. Yeah. Drop a like if you like and comment down below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new and click the bell so you can be notified when I upload in about bye. Wow.